just hit me. I was using the lawnmower to cut back all the weeds and shit in the orchard. I was like, I don't, it flooded or something died on me on the other half. I can get the North 40 on the west side, and by our bedrooms and stuff, I get the Wraith. I'll just go be the Reaper. Seasons don't fear the Reaper. I want it to be the gas fumes. So I'll just get the Reaper and just go through and Reaper. I'll reap it. Reap it, Murphy. Stupid ass Billy the Kid. What do we need? Another Billy the Kid fucking TV show and movie. We need another supermodel, arrogant reject with a British accent pretending he's something he's not for more make-believe fucking money. Oh yeah, constantly. Yeah, we're Eternals. Yeah, I got your fucking shit and your Eternals and shit right here. But guys, it's very important. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. So feel, don't imagine, feel. Last night I watched these shows on History Channel, right? They had a prophecy about a Hopi. Said there was going to be a big blue star or an asteroid come and hit us, and that was going to destroy all of us on planet Earth and stuff like that. And you're like, wow, that could really happen. Yeah, it could. But we live the Lord's Prayer, go back to Psalms and Proverbs, bring balance, harmony, and understanding to our planet. And that guy, that Hopi person could just barely be ancestor of a video game developer. Yeah, Jesus is like, I'm like, wow, Jesus, you are good. He's like, yeah, I know. Okay. They're assholes, Ralph. Could be related to some of the Navajos that made Dark Winds, instead of recognize the Messiah in New Mexico, bring in lots of income for Hollywood into New Mexico, right? And you guys wonder why Bruce Willis has mental health and brain issues, and needs his Jardiance and Juscovian, Trulicity, and Poplopsity, and could cause rectal bleeding. Could cause you to die right on the spot. But that's a chance you're willing to take because you're miserable, right? You're 74, and when you're not peeing, the only time you don't feel like you need to pee is when you're peeing, right? Yeah, it's funny, huh? I laughed my ass off last night with Martin Short on there, especially with Bill Hader. I mean, Bill Hader was such a good sport. He's laughing his ass off because it was funny. Right? And, but my job is I told those people, I have to be very intelligent and careful with my language. I have to be positive. We're positively going to we're going to, administer the Lord's Prayer and then live the heart of Psalms and the seed of Proverbs, then live Proverbs, sustain it with wisdom. And we're going to do that. Okay. And then after that, they had this thing about Constantine's witch mother Helen, going out and getting the death implements of Jesus Christ and turning them into holy relics to protect her son while he mass murdered in the name of Jesus Christ. And, like Alexander the Great and all that, they go through mass murdering everybody. Everybody keeps him alive and makes him feel fucking immortal and super, because like with Napoleon and the rest of them, because they're addicted to what they're doing, and if they're successful and survive their job, they get to be the dictators and fuck all the women they want to fuck and have Versailles Palace and do all the fucked up things that fucked uppers do, and they're addicted to it. So they got to get out and travel, and they got to do their things, so they got to get out and traveling is definitely overrated. If you only have to live in a 50-acre square radius your whole life because everybody's doing things like Father Abraham and Job, you're good to go, right? So whatever you do with your corner of the earth and however you appreciate it is more important than going to all the corners of the earth to try to promote your ego, right? And we always have Antichrist among us. Okay, if it's not Constantine, it's Alexander the Great. If it's not Alexander the Great, it's Napoleon. If it's not Napoleon, it's Hitler. If it's not Hitler, it's Roosevelt and Churchill. Antichrist, yeah. Any of those assholes ever get up and say, how about we live the Lord's Prayer and God bless us, everyone, and then we go back to the start to begin Genesis, Psalms, Proverbs, and then we don't have to go to the Lord's Prayer again because we're not daft enough to throw each other into exploitation and extortion. I say, so you know what I'm saying? So all those people on PBS, that one guy, Cribs or whatever, it's like, Do you know Jeffrey Hinton? Do you trust his robots? Do you trust him? Do you think he's mentally and emotionally stable? Well, what about me? You think I'm crazy? Do you trust me? Do you think I'm mentally and emotionally stable? So those are your choices. You know, Jeffrey Hinton's robots, or me taking Jeffrey Hinton's robots and turning them to someone like me. I always bled on White Adam, right? So you're sitting there looking at it, going, okay, so. And I'm out there, it's different, you get those cartoon movies with, someone who might be the Hopi prophecy of the blue star killing us all. And I'm a video game developer. There's a government grant, so you can develop art that can influence generations. Okay, with propaganda that maintains the status quo with genocide operations. Wow. They have a relic at Harlan, of the Derringer that shot Lincoln. And who wants a relic of the Derringer that murdered the man that helped people who tried to be more Christ-like so a soul could feel its worth in the United States of America? And trust me, Barack Obama is nothing like Abraham Lincoln. He's more like Lyndon Baines Johnson. A Johnson? Yeah, like Andrew Johnson. Ooh, spit when you say that. Yeah, like Jackson. I always tell people that. Well, I always thought I was part Cherokee. According to the Mormons, I'm not. But I said, when you say Andrew Jackson, we say spit when you say that. Okay. We Cherokees can't stand Andrew Jackson as much as my Navajo family can't stand Kit Carson, guys. Go read a history book. And you can listen to Johnny Horton songs, but you got to understand he was indoctrinated by Southern propaganda. Okay, and Kit Carson, what Kit Carson did with the Utes to the Navajo is based on reality because it really happened. Because Chamberlain was a dick and thought there was gold in them holy hills, and there turned out years later there was uranium, but not gold. But uranium, like vibranium, is more valuable than gold because uranium can be used to blow people up and threaten to have them scared shitless so they don't have any gold and you've got it all. Fort Knox, Cox and Box, Sox and Rocks, and you know what I'm saying? So you're just dealing with really fucked up people. Okay. And so when you watch those cartoons of Black Adam, he's going to come save us all. No, it's Pierce Brosnan's going to do it. Seeing the future with his Darth helmet that's gold. Ooh, what a super special power. I don't see the immediate future real well, because that's selfish, and that means you'll take the world and try to manipulate it to your own ends. And I'm not George Soros or Donald Trump or Vladimir Putin or the little kid from, with the thing with the ticket to Shanghai kid from North Korea. And, and there's lots of it. If I was sitting here naming all the assholes in the world that I'm not like, we'd be here all fucking day, and I'd be here tomorrow too. And there's this person and that person and this person in professional wrestling and the administrators and owners of professional sports leagues that are nothing but car dealers, drug dealers. What is it? Cars, drugs, and when I was a kid, it was cameras, cars, and beer, and now it's cars, drugs, and something. I can't remember. It's not that important. I try not to pay attention, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, assholes. And then you think, wow, I want to grow up to be David Thompson or Magic Johnson. It's like, why? They don't even want to grow up to be them. No, you want to grow up in a world where someone like Job, Jonah, and Jesus is the standard of male behavior, so you don't all act like a bunch of bitches and pimps and hoes. Yeah, you don't want to be anybody that grew up in my generation. You want to be somebody that grows up after I do my job and everything's good to go. I'm supposed to be the last Christ according to all the prophecy and stuff, but they do change the books. If I'm not the last Christ, then if there's another one after me, then so be it. Okay, but I don't think that way. And that's their thinking. They're coming up with a new narrative. Because they tried that. Okay, back, when my nieces got pregnant and stuff, they tried to replace me, and the right-wing extremists tried to make their own. Okay, we'll kill him off, and then the spirit will continue through the female line of his family, and the kid will live. And the kid had heart disease, and he's a really sweetheart. And then they did that with my dad's side of the family, and the kid died from heart disease. Okay, so I've had enough. I'm like, okay, I really do have to get the technology to kill all the fuckers in Halliburton within, within this military corridor. So come fall, we can all be ready to, hey, wow, we all used the Lord's Prayer for freedom, and now we're all living the heart of Psalms and the seed of Proverbs. Odele.